everyone, I am Dee Dee Dweller and we are back with more Stranded Alien Dawn, continuing the story time playthrough of our family empire. We last left off with a brand new person finally joining our three sisters, where we were really struggling to make ends meet. Let's get right into it. I think we were about to be under attack. So it is going to be 4 of the scorpions and 11 of the pest. But what we do have here is Vanessa. She has joined the three sisters like seconds before this attack took off. She landed in this trading pod, and that's basically where we're at. We do have a ton of dogs though, so let's take a quick look. Not only were we struggling to keep them all fed, but I mean, we've got at least one of them tamed up to level 4. If we can get these to level 5, they can actually be commanded in combat. That's not to say they won't join combat anyway. They will. I just won't be able to, draft them and get them out of harm's way when they're basically committing suicide. That said, where are these animals attacking from? This side. It's not what we want. I'd prefer they attacked from this side because it's where all the traps are. So I've got to find a way to aggro them over here. And the attack is already on. I can hear the battle music starting. So I guess the first thing to do would be to check and see who's armed. I'm glad to be playing this again, but it has been quite a hiatus. So let's see who we have weaponized here. We have bow and arrow, pistol, and no weapon. But I think if I unpause it, she was equipping something. Maybe not. Maybe it was just the spear. All right, well, I guess we will make do with what we've got, and I will draft her and stick her over here just because we really want to aggro all of these little monsters to this side of the fence. If it were at all possible, I would honestly try and bring all the dogs in as well, but I just don't think we're gonna have time. And it's a cold snap, so we also need to make sure that we're not traveling too far away from home, because when that happens, people tend to get hypothermia. Starting to remember why we were struggling to start this family business to begin with. I did create in the previous playthrough a, what do you call this? Like a little pen around the dogs, which is great because putting the trough behind a fence keeps, what is happening right now? Did he just run to get help? I don't know. I'm not sure. Totally ignoring this battle that's commencing just to talk about a food trough, but it keeps the, scavengers away from the food that the dogs desperately need. So her standing that close is giving her the option to stab through the fence, which is kind of nice. And these guys are we are successfully aggroing the monsters over to the traps, which is great. Okay, so the dog's fleeing. That's what's happening there, which I'm not mad at. I would rather they fled than fought and were brought to the brink of death before we could heal them, which has happened. Destroyed wooden fence, where are we at here? So they're over here destroying something, and I think the reason being we have somebody standing in here that is aggroing them to this side. So what I'm gonna do is move her back, and hopefully we can bring these guys. Yeah, see, that worked. This one already came around, which is terrific. We are being shot at now by these things though, so we might want to start a focus fire hitting this thing, which appears to be dead. So maybe I don't need to do that. We'll just leave them right where they were and let them continue to do their best. It's not really what I had in mind, but it's kind of working. I just gotta make sure she's not getting too injured here because she's trying to shoot these things. But they're shooting just fine over the fence. I feel like if I brought her in, it's working. Okay, so it's aggroing it over. But I did notice with the new, and I don't know how many of you have tried and played the new play mode or downloaded the DLC, but those mobs do not respond the same way these ones do. And it is a struggle figuring out how to fight those off and having to rethink everything we know about defense in this game. Fighting the AI robots, way different than fighting the wild beasts that are out here. So that said, I'm gonna select all of these and butcher them because unfortunately this is what we're feeding our dogs. It is just too hard for so many dogs that we have to keep enough food in here without them getting hungry and attacking each other. And once they go aggro, there's like no bringing them back. They go nuts and then they pass out, and then they typically, in my experience, have died from those injuries. So we're gonna try and make this work out a little bit better. What do we have going on here? She is recovering. Let's turn off our roof for a second. We do have this, are you seeing this like toggle up in the corner? So you see how it says room, show upper floor, room, show lower floor. We now have the option to build vertically. And even though we're playing an old save, that new upgrade has carried over and is now available in the new game, which makes me think we're probably going to see some new technologies as well that weren't here before. Yes, so service spots. Without having to restart this Empire playthrough, we're going to have the option to use a lot of these new features, which is going to be amazing once we get this thing really moving. And that's going to kind of shape how we look at like our base building plan and our strategy. So I'm really excited to try all of those out in this mode with the family that we've got going on here. That said, we don't have enough food, so I'm gonna have her start doing this butchering because we're gonna need to keep food in this trough. Always keep food in the trough. We have too many dogs to not keep food in the trough. And they keep multiplying too, which is a real problem. We don't have the option to like fix our dogs, which can really get out of hand fast. And I think we're gonna see probably more of that today in this video because I have no way of stopping it. Taking a look at Vanessa here, she has the default 3s on everything, which means she literally just landed before we got in this fight. She has not even been tasked yet. She doesn't even have a schedule yet. So what we can do is try and synchronize her with the others so that she's not causing anyone to have interrupted sleep. And then we're gonna go back and look at our activities again and try to give her some priorities, some things that need to be taken care of first and foremost. She is a skilled healer, so we're definitely going to add her to our healing list, our priority healers. Let's see, construction wise, she doesn't have a construction skill, so there's really no reason to put this on her list. The hunting as well, we just don't need her to do that. We take harvesting off her list. She can cut, she can scavenge. I'm actually going to make that a number 1 because we just don't have anybody to do this. Katina is on here to do it, but it's not the most important thing for her. I'm going to take it off her list, in fact, so that we can give it to Vanessa now. Mining can be a 3, that's fine. Cooking, if anything, I want that to be like, we'll make that a 2. Well, she's a cooking 1. We already have somebody with priority, so we'll make that a 5. So we'll make all of those 4s for her. I feel like Katina here should be first constructing, sorry, Krista should be constructing first and observing second. And sort of the same thing here with Katina because she's got that level 10. And then what do we got here? I'm gonna make priority 2s to be handling and delivering for Vanessa. Typically what I do when we get a new person who wasn't a part of the original crew, I want to make them sort of our, our handler. And so she's going to get stuck with a task that everybody else is nobody else's priority, which is delivering and handling, but that'll help get like the traps reset and things put away where they belong. So we're not getting stuff like this is about to rot away. I mean, granted, it's rotting away on the shelves, but you know what I mean. We do have some destroyed structures that are going to need repaired and some insufficient materials to finish this big, beautiful house that we're trying to get up. It's been really difficult with so few people and so many responsibilities out this way. Down this way, we have ourselves, okay, so no harvest, good, no harvest, good, no harvest, good. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to create a nice, beautiful aesthetic graveyard for us. I don't want these here because people will come all the way out here just to cheer for some reason, and I think that's a really waste for them to travel all the way out here for that. These are going to be growing nice, glowing glitter caps anyway, which are going to light this up, and I've set them to not harvest so they can just stay lit and make this. I also removed the statue that was here for the same reason, because people would travel all the way out to the graveyard to appreciate statue, and then like they were just really far away from tasks that needed to be handled. We are struggling with a hypothermia issue here, so let's fix that. Get everybody around the table. That's kind of cool, actually. I really love it. And I think because it's so cold, I'm going to have to task people to do stuff around the fire. So first things first, who do we have here? Paulette. We're gonna have her craft some bandages. Katina can research some flamethrowers. Krista can repair this. And Vanessa, what can we have her doing? I'll give her a cooking task. We just need to keep them here because it is 14 degrees outside, 14 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're all getting negative buffs for being chilly. So I gotta keep them close to the fire because that's their best bet. Krista reached construction 4, that's great. I'm sure that will open up some new opportunities for us. We also have some new construction options, so we can be way more customizable, which makes me think maybe we should revisit our plan here for our build. Maybe, just maybe, we could try building something a little different. I still like this. I don't want to mess with this too much, but what we could be doing differently is building ourselves really a resource building here. So we'll do that, and it can have the stairs go here, rotate. There we go. And if we want to build a second floor, we're gonna probably do it with this, with the ceiling thing. So if we do it this way, instead of a room with a roof, like the rooms have pre-made roofs, this flat ceiling will allow us to build a second floor, which is great. So if I go back to stairs, I should be able to put some stairs inside that go up. So let me rotate this. And I want to do it from the back, like here. And there we go. We have stairs that will take us up to the second floor, which is great. So now we have a landing up here and we can go upstairs, which is new and cool. And I think also, if we wall this in, we really can just build ourselves, and I don't need to wall it in right away. We are going to build ourselves a storage area here. So basically everything that we're trying to store inside of our little shelter here is going to get moved under that roof, and we'll decide later what to do with the second story. Now we have that option. We can build ourselves a vertical space, which is pretty cool. These are gonna rot away. I don't know what to do with them other than just boil more tea. So we can try not to waste it. Krista is butchering, and I need her to bring food to the trough because once again, the dogs are out of food and I don't want to have to deal with what happens when they get hangry. So we're gonna put her on filling this up immediately, and then she can get back to carving up the rest of these carcasses. I do think we're gonna be wasting a lot of grain over here if we don't start picking this up. So I might want to give somebody else. I know she's crafting, but I think I'm gonna have her haul the grain in, and hopefully we have enough storage space for it so that she's not just depositing it back on the ground somewhere. All right, so we've researched flamethrowers. What else do we have in our queue? Concrete rooms, and I think I wanted to do that so that I could then build concrete fortifications. I think that was like my goal there, was to get here. Survive Road Construction 3, find produce concrete. Okay, so once we do this, I believe we'll be able to create concrete. Yeah, create concrete, and then we can do concrete fortifications, which is on my list of things I want to do. A delivery drone would be amazing, but that's what we have Vanessa for right now, and some fuel mixing might be important. But I think what we want to do is start thinking about power, because it's getting really cold, and if it's cold, if we're suffering from hypothermia this much in the first year, we're really going to struggle without power or any kind of like heating, even if it's not power, even if it's the stone fireplaces. We need to start looking into some modern conveniences because the weather's only going to get more severe each year that passes. Oh, we weren't done queuing though. Let's see, what else do we have? What is available to us? Not a lot. We can try toolsmithing. I think that might be good. Do we have an excessive amount of hay? We kind of do, but I'm not gonna make that like a priority right now. All right, cool. I think that's good. I think we're fine there. We still did not bring that much to the trough, so let's try again. And then what is Vanessa up to? She's scavenging. I'm gonna ask her to handle traps, and then she can return to scavenging because I know that's what it's going to default her to. And then maybe we can just maybe we can speed things up a little bit, get them moving a little bit faster. Let's be adventurous. Let's put it on 3 speed and hope that, you know, they don't struggle too greatly. I think what I would like to do, I mean, it's starting to get colder. She's sleeping. If I'm not mistaken, she is our farmer. She is. I'm gonna ask her when she wakes up, I'm queuing these up, to plant some glitter claps. I think we're pretty far, I mean, knock on wood. I don't think we're gonna need these graveyards anytime soon, but it probably wouldn't be too terrible to start planting these so we can make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Risk of meltdown Paulette. She's not happy at all, and she's too rested to sleep. What can we have her do? She can bring more food to here. We'll give her that. Let's look at their relationship status here, okay? That's kind of a big deal with this story here. This gameplay revolves around the relationship between these sisters trying to run a business. As per usual, Paulette is not having it with her other 2 sisters. She really, really dislikes them. She's got a -74 for Krista and a -89 for Katina. And let's see, Katina is you know, doing well. Her and Krista are getting along great, which is to be expected, but she's got a negative 46 for Paulette, and Katina is, you know, she's the like super sweet one, the holistic healer, you know? And her and Vanessa, even though Vanessa's brand new, they're getting along great already. The feeling is mutual with Krista. She also is getting along super well with Katina, a negative 36 for Paulette. But their negatives are nothing compared to Paulette's negatives. Like, Paulette doesn't even like Vanessa. She doesn't get along with anybody. She's not a social person. She just wants to be left alone. Man, what does Vanessa think of all this? Negative 19, she's been here for a day. For one day, and already a negative 19 with Paulette. Why? How? All they've done so far is survive a raid, like, from monsters. Why are they already in such dislike? And Paulette's the one with the best weapon. She should be everybody's best friend on this foreign landscape, but no. We have 2 people with hypothermia because they're spending way too much time away from where they need to be, which is a problem. What I would like to do is, Katina is gonna grab this and come in and cook, it looks like. Yeah, she is. So she's gonna be near the fire in just a second. She's playing darts, which is great. But after that, we can cue her up to do some research. And Vanessa, you can't just be standing over here freezing your tuchus off. We need you to be doing something, anything else. Part of the problem here is that our cue for clothing is set to times versus until. I always want to have 3 of just like the basics: shoes, shirt, pants, always in stock, which is why we use until instead of times. That way we always have what we need in stock. And we'll do this too, because some of them are getting hypothermia and it would be great for them to have options to switch caps. That said, Vanessa, are you capable? You're capable of the straw hat at least, so let's bring her in to do that because, whoa, falling spaceship debris. How far away from camp is this? It's like nowhere near camp. I'm not doing that right now because it's too far away. Oh, it's not too far away. It's like right there. That's fine. We'll get to it when we get to it. Honestly, having a scavenger is brand new to us, so we can start with the stuff that's like right here. And this is set to times too. We should not be setting these to time. We need until. There should always be a set number of resources in storage. If there's not, there's more work to be done. So I'm gonna update that too. Let's see how we're doing over here. I don't even know what to say about that. We're not really using this right now, and I'm gonna turn that off because I don't know, I feel like there's better things we could be doing. Speaking of better things we could be doing, we could be fuel fermenting with manure if we could just find some. And I think we're gonna have to tame like the dromedas. We're in the desert, right? Yeah, we're in the desert region. So what we're looking for here, realistically, we're looking for some dromedas because we need some manure. There it is. Is it too cold? I feel like it's not too cold. We know what this is. Okay, so we know what this is. Maybe what we need is to, well, first observe a dromeda because it looks like we don't even know what they are. Let's start with that. And then we can tame it, and then we can start fuel fermenting because I think we're gonna run out of fuel. We have completely run out of fuel, which is a problem because we can't do any trade deals without fuel. Furthering our problem, we just had another dog, yet another dog. It needs named. What are our pet names? I forget. How are we doing this? Tamed animals. Was it by color? It was by color. Roy G. Bibb, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, Violet's the last one. And I think that's only because we had a dog named Violet and it got hangry and then we had to, you know, things did not go the way we wanted them to go. We're gonna make it violet because it's the only color we're missing from the rainbow. And then we're gonna hope that we don't ever run into that situation again. That's the plan right now. Those are our goals, those are our plans. And yeah, when she's done with that, there's not enough food again. See, we're already out of food. That's the problem. Like, we run out of this food so quickly, which is a real issue, which makes me feel like maybe, just maybe, let's find that dromeda. There it is. So very far away. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring her all the way out here to observe this, and hopefully she's not freezing by the time she's done. Yeah, it's 1400 hours, which means it's 2 in the afternoon. It is a long walk. She's probably gonna end up taking the whole day just to walk out here to look at this thing. I know we're far from having the materials we need to finish building this. Let's just deal with it at the speed that we can deal with it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, that's just what it is. We are seriously gonna need more food though. This is insanity. Like, and I also played this on desert mode intentionally, like wanting this to be a challenge. I wanted it to be difficult, and now I'm like reaping what I sow. I wanted a challenging playthrough for them where we had finite resources. I wanted it to be difficult to find what we needed, and now it is. And now I'm struggling. But it would be so nice if we were like in the Salt 2 region and had those like sausage pumps and then could just feed our dogs an infinite amount of that. But no, I had to make it hard on myself. So now we're doing this the hard way. Defenses. This is lighting up. What have we gained? We've gained a flamethrower and we've gained gates and fortifications. Okay, great. I like the idea of the flamethrower. The only problem is we have 0 fuel, which is why Katina is out here researching this humped animal now. So if we could tame these and harvest the manure without having to walk a full day's journey to collect it from out here, then we'll have a renewable resource for fuel fermenting, which is the plan. That's the goal. We just gotta get there first. Krista is constructing this house that we've been wanting to move into since like video 1 of this series, and we're on video, what video are we on? 4, 5? I don't know. I don't even know what video we're on, but it's a challenge. The food to tame these has not been discovered yet, so we have yet another step in our mission to create a renewable resource for fuel fermenting. Okay, we need to go on a hunt now for the barrel cactus, because it looks like, and it sounds like, we haven't found that yet. We can't just plant what we haven't found. In my experience, it's usually up pretty high. So I'm looking up here, hoping I'm gonna find it. We do know what this is, right? Oh my goodness, we don't even know. Okay. Everything I'm assuming, I need to just stop assuming. We haven't even researched this tube plant yet, and I'm sure there's one closer to camp, so we will do that somewhere closer to here. Like, and of course it's a dust storm, so my vision is really impeded now as well. We have grain and we have these orange glitter caps. That's basically what we have. We're struggling. It is a struggle for resources out here, and I think we might need to start harvesting those as well, now that I know that. We have gained CPU cores, so that's good, because now we're going to be able to start, it's going to help us to at least start unlocking some of these technologies now that we've found CPU cores. Like, I think that'll help with the AC. Yeah, finding CPU cores, we just need to research electric grids, and we have ourselves the option to create heat pumping, which is good. Man, we are struggling, but look, I found what I was seeking. I need Paulette to come observe this. We really just need that to happen. We need to discover these so we can start planting them down there. And once we can, oh my gosh. Ooh, bringing her right up here. Oh my gosh. Maybe I don't want that one. Maybe I want her to observe this one. I just don't want her going anywhere closer to this than she absolutely has to. That's dangerous. Naturally, the only source of barrel cactus on this map would be right next to a nest, and I'm sending her out here by herself. On the bright side, she is the one with a gun. So if anybody has a chance at defending herself in this situation, it would be Paulette. I'm trying to see if there's any more up here that might just grant us any more security, but I'm just not seeing it. I think I already, and then there's 3 more nests. 4 more nests right here. So this is not the direction to go. We don't want to go this way. Paulette is gonna melt down, and I just sent her all the way out here to research something. I really hope she doesn't. I really hope she's not gonna have a meltdown, especially the wandering around kind of meltdown up here next to the nest, because she will die. And then this will be a heartbreak play mode, like playthrough heartbreak for sure. Now, that said, how are we doing on food here? The dogs are not out, but it's not looking good either. This little herd out this side is way closer than the noise chasing the other way down the coast. So yeah, good to know. I'm gonna hunt the Stromina so that we can feed the dogs. And then when it's time to tame, once we have the barrel cactus, maybe we'll tame these guys. We need to start fuel fermenting all of this. So that's important. I'm gonna do that, queue that up, let her go hunt that creature. And then crafting table, where are you? Liquid fuel out of manure. I'm gonna move this up the list. We have 9 bandages in stock, 32 healing bombs. That's great. I think liquid fuel should be up here and not paused. We should not pause that. We should have, oh shoot. We should have 50 liquid fuel at all times, my personal opinion. And of course, this is also just not queued up correctly. So until 50 and move that to the top of the list. And there we go. The good news is she's butchering the animal. Let's make sure she takes it back with her because we tend to have an issue with that. Sometimes they don't. Okay, she's taking back the wrong part. As much as I love that she wants to do that for us, I need her to take back the meat instead. Oh goody, a new insect nest. Please don't be next to anybody that's doing research. Okay, it's over here by the other 4. So now there's a 5th right here. Like this is like the no man's land from now on. We don't go here. I need like a little mini map and I need to just like mark this area as this is Neverland. Let's never go here, ever. Okay, so Vanessa is playing darts. Paulette has not had a meltdown yet. She is researching this barrel cacti. It is not in season, like there's no fruit. So unfortunately we're not gonna be able to harvest and immediately start taming, but that's fine. Krista is observing this tube plant. Once she's researched that, we can also start planting this closer to home so that we don't have to do all of this traveling so far for resources, which has been a major setback. This has not been the kindest map, being completely honest. Yeah, it's pretty. Look at that view. Cannot complain about that. That is a gorgeous view. But resource-wise, it is a hike to get to anything. So once we've researched, I'm gonna plant everything out here. I don't even care if the soil is ideal. It doesn't matter. The time we will save is gonna be worth it. So that's what we're gonna do. We just need to free up more of Krista's time so she can spend it over here building. Krista the Builder. Like Bob the Builder, but Krista the Builder. And let's go ahead and hit 3 speed and get some of this moving. So we've discovered the Heptagonia. That's amazing. And now that we've done that, Krista's gonna head back, which is good. She's like really down and she's really down. She's at 0 happiness. Paulette, if I interrupt her, she's gonna melt down for sure. So let's hope she comes back and just feeds herself and gets in a better position. I'm sure the 2 that are experiencing hypothermia right now are Krista and Paulette. Understandably so. They just spent the whole night in like freezing degree weather, frost on the ground, all the way up the hill doing research. But that research paid off, okay? Because now we can plant this stuff. That's what we're gonna do. So let's go to farming. Let's find our barrel cactus. This is 100% growth here, you guys. This is perfect. This is honestly amazing. We're gonna make just a massive barrel cactus field. And then, what was the other thing? First of all, whoa, energy crystals. I feel like that might come in handy somehow. Let's do, sure, like that. And the other thing was the Heptagonia. That's right, so 25 soil growth. It's not gonna love it here. Where else could we plant this that's not gonna hate it? 25, blocked, definitely not. It's infertile soil. Over here, so this is our one option for Heptagonia. And I'm gonna take it. It's at least closer to camp than any other Heptagonia on the map. So we're gonna put it up the hill, but it's a great resource. It goes a long way. It'll be worth it. The dogs are officially out of food. So what we're gonna do here, first of all, herbivore? No, okay. All of these things are an option, so that's good. I would like to have somebody, she's like having a 0, we're not gonna make it her. Somebody, it's gonna be Vanessa, when she's done eating, is gonna bring food to the dog trough so that the dogs can also eat. There we go. So we now have 49 in there and like a ton of dogs. So it's not gonna last forever, but it's what we have to work with now. We'll take it. All right, old equipment. We're gonna need some shirts and some pants soon before Katina ends up completely naked. When she wakes up from resting, I'm gonna cue her to play darts because I need her to relax. But after that, we really need this barrel cactus and we need, at least I think, this Heptagonia. And that is why the dog statue is here, so close to camp, because they do that to increase their happiness. And I prefer them to do that right here instead of venturing way out of their way before actually getting on with their tasks for the day. We have a trade smuggler. We also have a problem. We have no fuel. But let's take a look and see what our options are. I would willingly sell all these hides. That's good. They can have all this silicone. We're not doing anything with it right now. We will give them... yeah, they can have all of this. Actually, that's fine. What else do we have? I'll bring this down to 20. They can have 12 of those. All the tea. So we made a trade deal, but we have no fuel. So what we need to be doing now with Paulette is crafting liquid fuel. And we don't have the resources, which means we need her to come over here and collect the resources. Once she does that, we should be in a position to start crafting fuel. Insufficient storage. Okay, so there's nowhere to store the manure. That's a problem. Actually, we're just gonna make this crafting material enabled. There we go. And now we should not have insufficient storage for that. She should be just fine bringing it in, which is good. Katina is mining and clearing these so that she can actually plant the heptagonia, which is great. She's so close to just not having anything to wear though, which is a problem. Let's see, how are we doing here? We're tailoring. It's not what I wanted her to be doing. Limit reached. We have 73 in stock. Okay, great. Well, that changes a lot of things. Let's store undesired items, load the trading pod. The trading pod has fuel. It just needs a little bit more, which we should have, I think, because Vanessa's been scavenging. That was way faster than trying to craft it. Vanessa's transporting. I think what I'm gonna do is have her do the refueling. This is a sew and sell trading outpost playthrough. So the goal here is still to make coin, to still earn enough money, to hire more help for one, and to also end game purchase the rights to the entire planet and to just basically have a monopoly on everything. We are like really struggling just to get the most modest of paydays. So I do want to try and get this thing in the air and make this trade deal happen if at all possible. 2 people are at risk of meltdown. I'm not honestly surprised. Her happiness is 0. Vanessa's happiness is also a 0. And it's New Year's Eve. At least if they celebrate it New Year's Eve, they'll get that plus 20 buff. So absolutely not turning that down. We can't trade 2 of these. That's fine. Yet another newborn dog. I don't even know what to do with them at this point. Like, I have to keep them all fed, and man, this is a problem. What are we gonna even name it? We've done colors. Maybe we do shapes. We just start with the basics, like a square, circle, triangle, and we can like, once they get really to be too many, we can like start doing trapezoid and octagon and all kinds of other things. So back down to something we can't trade because people keep drinking them. It'd be great if they would stop doing that. We're making less and less money the longer it takes to load this thing up. Insufficient storage space. Okay, we have food on the floor. That's not great. Paulette is still trying to load the pod, which is nice. She just passed out, so I'm gonna have Vanessa take over. She's having a meltdown. So I'm gonna have Katina take over, who is also really, really low on rest and is probably gonna faint pretty soon. So we're like really struggling to get this thing in the air. We need the 75 cactus slime. Hopefully they're all here and not like left on the ground somewhere. And the 2 T-ball. Come on, Katina, you can do it. Come through for us, please. Everybody is getting their meltdowns in though. Getting this catharsis plus 50 post meltdown, which is really good because if they're getting their meltdowns out of the way, that's great. And then the next time we get attacked, we won't be on the brink of a meltdown for like the entire party and completely unable to help them control themselves. She has passed out. Vanessa is vomiting, but the other 2 are celebrating. Once Katina wakes up, maybe she can celebrate too, or maybe she'll just go straight to sleep. I don't know. Yeah, straight to sleep with her. That's what she's decided. Fireworks are really pretty though. I do like seeing the fireworks. I think it's really cool. It was fun while it lasted, and now everybody's freezing and numbingly cold and struggling to survive and have no pants on. Paulette is our crafter. I need her to make some clothes. We don't have resources. That's the problem. There's no fabric. Okay, now that we know that, now that we know why everybody is pantless, that would be like a great like intro into this. Now that we know why everybody is pantless, let's go harvest some cloth blossom. I know I saw some. Dignity is just gone. We don't have dignity anymore. There's no dignity. Dignity is a luxury they do not have right now. And unfortunately, I need to like set another one of these to hunt. She's still building. Vanessa is going to take back over loading the trade pod because somebody else, either, I think Katina went on she started crying. So yeah, passing it on. Paulette is unconscious and we have an aggressive animal attack pending. So what I'm going to do is have her carry Paulette to safety and I'm going to look at where these animals are. We're looking at 7 of the spike-tailed insects this time and 4 of the huge overgrown insects. I think we need just try to keep them home for now. Let's do that. Once these guys attack, I'm actually glad that we're having this attack because then I can put food back in the trough for the dogs before they start aggroing and fighting each other. Vanessa's still loading the trade pod and it's up finally. Good. Great. Krista can go to sleep now because she needs it. Vanessa's going to sleep. She needs it. Katina is going to sleep. She needs it. What about you, Paulette? She's actually pretty decently rested. That's good. And we're under animal attack, so it has begun. And they've got like a ways to go. You can see them chasing off these animals, picking fights. But they're making their way over here. They're making their way over here to us. I'm gonna scoot her a little bit closer because I think if she stands that close to the fence, she can stab through it. And look at our traps doing exactly what they're designed to do. I couldn't be happier. That is great. That is what that is all about. That is why we set them up this way. This is perfect. And then them being in the way is actually driving the spike-tailed insects around instead of hugging the fence and into the line of second traps, which is perfect. And now we can just sit here and shoot at them over the fence. And the battle is over. Good job, ladies. What I don't want to happen is for us to... I think that dog is like already eating it, which is fine. Vanessa undraft and handle these traps. Who's rested enough to come out and do this? You are. So you're gonna butcher these. So we have, again, food for the dogs, because that's a desperate need, unfortunately, that we cannot wait until they wake up. They've been waiting all day for basically for a meal ticket. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we were at risk of. We needed to not have these starving animals, because this is super dangerous. Once the dogs start acting like that, that's not good. She's starving too, so let's have her come eat something. Do they have any food? They have no cooked meals. So they've got to prep some meals before anybody can eat. So not only are the dogs starving, so are the people. That's great. And they all have hypothermia. That's great. This one's hunting, and I feel like she doesn't need to be doing that anymore. So I'm gonna bring her into research. Paulette is cutting. No thank you. Let's have you... Oh man, we just don't have any options here. We'll have her do some more cooking. We could use that. And Vanessa is scavenging. We're just freezing. I thought I gave Katina a different job to do. I guess I did not. This one's had enough. It's gonna fight back, but probably a little bit too late. We really need cloth. Okay. Right, we had a mission. That mission was to cloth blossom somewhere here. And Paulette, I know you're not like you're not our gal for harvesting, but I just need you to be for now, because Katina's busy healing herself. I think maybe we've kind of got a system going. Is it a really fine-tuned, aggressively efficient system? No, but it works. It works, and that's an improvement from what we were doing before, because what we were doing before did not work. It was not working. You gotta celebrate the little wins. The little W's are just as important as the big W's. And we've got some more crafting going on here, but we're making bandages. How many bandages do we have? We have 10 in stock. I'm gonna put a pause on that so we can start using that cloth for clothing. Paulette, please sew a shirt, because Katina is pantless and shirtless. She does have a jacket on. Maybe pants are what we should have went with first. We do have some meat hanging here on the wooden drying rack, so I'm gonna count that as a victory. And that'll come in handy once we're out of this for the dogs. Despite having butchered all of those creatures, we basically got barely a day out of it food-wise. This is the struggle. Now that we have all these dogs that won't stop procreating, most of this gameplay is just making sure this isn't empty, which is ridiculous that I have to keep doing this, but it is what it is. Poor pantless Katina. Transporting meat. Which one of these is cloth blossoms? This one is. We need a lot more of this, so I'm gonna have her do that next. And Vanessa has reached physical 2. That's good, especially because she's our scavenger. We're gonna want her to be a little bit more physical. And Krista is starving, which isn't great. Nobody should be starving. Resource-wise, we have tons. We have tons of this. Why is nobody willing to cook it? I don't understand. None in stock. Paulette, you're sleeping. Refuel, I guess? Is this the problem? Are we just not fueled? Okay, that's the problem. We just didn't have fuel, but now we're gonna cook so that there's something to eat. Then we're gonna have Krista come in and eat it as soon as it's ready, because that seems to be our issue. What is this? Emergency rations. Happy day. Okay, Vanessa came in with the save again. Not only did she scavenge us fuel when we needed fuel, now she's scavenged us rations when we desperately need food. And that is gonna be a lifesaver. Okay. I am very happy with that information. Let's check out our build over here. How's this going? I've given her so many things to build that it doesn't look like much is happening, but honestly, a lot is happening over here. Like for instance, we have a stove here. We could actually be cooking real food. So we're gonna queue up 2 of that. We can queue up 2 of these. I'm gonna start with these first and queue them, but I don't expect them to like basically ever have, most of the time, they're not gonna have the resources to make any of these. That's why I'm putting them at the top of the queue, but they're probably gonna get skipped a lot in favor of quick recipes. So we're gonna have this set to 4 always, since that seems to be our greatest resource, is the grain right now. We'll set this to 2 because we have such a hard time keeping meat. I'm taking meat off the menu. We have a hard time keeping meat in the trough for the dogs. We are not feeding it to the people. Sorry, they have other options. The dogs do not. So that's where we're landing with that. What we could start doing is putting some furniture in here. So we've got ourselves beds. Let's use them. What kind of cloth do we have? Plenty of skin bark. So we're gonna make some skin bark beds. Rotate that. 1 in this room, 1 in that room, 1 here, and 1 here. Now everybody will get a bed and their own room, and then they'll be very happy. Maybe we can start moving the table and stuff in. Maybe not yet, but soon. Very soon, honestly. We're really getting close. I think we do need to queue ourselves a lot more cutting though. So we're gonna start with these trees and start cutting them. Whoa, not these, these. Because we're gonna need a lot more wood to finish that house, I think. And I mean, is this, oh, yeah, wooden plank roof. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be a wooden construction. So we are gonna need a lot of wood. That's good to know. And then I'm just gonna let it run on fast forward mode for a little bit and see where we land with some of these things that we have to make. Did we also unload yet and lock our money up where we need to lock our money up? I don't think so. So let's cue her to do that when she wakes up. My throat's getting so scratchy. All right, back to hypothermia. 3 people with hypothermia, all running way too far outside of where they need to be. And why? What is up here that she's researching? Shiny rock. She's too cold to be doing this. I'm just gonna keep her in here for just a little bit longer because it's just, she gets hypothermia, she's barely dressed. I just don't think it's wise for her to be going up there to study a shiny rock right now. Krista is still constructing. She is also pantless and shirtless, and her jacket is wearing down as well. Aggressive animals. We are looking at yet another attack incoming. I'm not mad at it because, again, I gotta feed those dogs. So you guys can just keep lining up for this. It's honestly doing me a favor. I think I'm gonna mark all these fields for fertilizing as well. I feel like that's something we should be doing. Anything to boost our output, right? And then what about this field? Is that even an option? It's not, because you don't fertilize those types of plants. Okay, noted. We have researched concrete rooms, which does mean we should be able to queue up now. I think this is where we do it, but we use the baking. We do, okay. I'm gonna bump this up and we're gonna be under attack. So what are these guys doing? Oh, okay. I'm gonna draft her, stick her right here. And what I think we need is for Katina to hustle. So we have a dog getting seriously injured right now. And honestly, I don't know that I can be worried about that dog that died. I'm really sorry. And it was pregnant. No, don't tell me that. Indigo has passed. But we have so many dogs. It's a real problem. And it's becoming a bigger problem that they're all getting killed right now for this one animal because we're hiding. We need to come out and attack it here. Undraft. How many dogs did we lose? 2. It's Square, the new puppy, that's sad, and Indigo. So we're gonna bury them. Krista is in recovery. Vanessa over here, I'm gonna have you bury Square. And Katina, since you're idling, I'm gonna have you bury Indigo. And it looks like our graveyard is gonna get used sooner than we thought. Just not the way we thought. Can you heal? Yeah, heal the one that's still injured, please. And here we go to the graveyard to witness our first 2 passings. So here we have Indigo. Jeez, the cause of death is so graphic. Cause of death, stomach was destroyed. Cause of death, right back paw, spike puncture. That's harsh. All right, so starving animal. This is an ongoing issue we're gonna have to solve. I don't know what she's handling. Traps maybe? I don't know. But I'm gonna have her bring food to the trough. We can't have starving animals on top of recent deaths. Just can't be doing. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay. She's out here mourning our dogs. It's really sad. Find our attackers. And then we can just butcher these, and Krista is trying to do construction. I'm gonna interrupt her because, again, it's kind of important that we harvest this stuff, because if we don't, scavengers like these will, and then we'll be out of resources again. But this is the kind of stuff that's preventing us from finishing, like, planting these crops and building these houses. This is the sort of issues that we're having. Discovery Shrieker. Okay, so despite having been attacked by these several times already, this is the first time we've actually researched one. Now that we know what it is, I'm gonna add it to our queue for butchering. She might be awake the fastest, so I'm gonna queue her up to do that when she wakes up. These guys are really cold and pantless, unfortunately for them. So I'm gonna wanna give them jobs next to the fireplace. This is Krista, she can research. You're Katina, you could be crafting bandages, and Paulette is gonna eat. That's fine. Okay, it's 21 degrees out now, and we have another pregnant animal. So these things are gonna replace themselves faster than the enemies are gonna take them out, I'm pretty sure. This issue, the feeding them issue, is not going away anytime soon. She's gonna handle, and then she's gonna bring food because they're gonna run out any second. Like, seriously, like, we're watching the countdown on screen, and there it is, it's gone. So quickly it disappeared. This dog is looking for more, but don't worry, Vanessa's on her way. She's bringing you something. Heat stroke. Okay, so we're officially in dry season. Life-threatening heat stroke? Really? We're gonna have her extinguish this. She can't, she's experiencing meltdown. Who's laying right here? Extinguish this, please. Apparently it is off, but it's still glowing. We're gonna just deconstruct it. How about that? Deconstruct the fire. That way I know for sure. Paulette has heat stroke. At least she just went to sleep. That's good. Maybe she should take the stupid hot hat off. And she should take the stupid hot hat off. She's not wearing a hot hat. She's not wearing a hot hat. Okay. The adjustments happened so fast. We went from hypothermia to heat stroke, just like that. And we are still playing on 3-speed, which I haven't given much credit to. There, I'm just gonna queue them all up to eat so that there's no complaints later when all that stuff is gone. Yep, they're mourning their dogs. It's so cute that they do that, but it's also just so sad. I remember first laying the plans for this, and I wanted these giant windows here in the front so you could have that beautiful view and look at it. Isn't that, like, amazing? Wouldn't that just be worth it? Like, if you're gonna build a house facing the lake, you're gonna want these floor-to-ceiling windows so that you can see that gorgeous view. Like, that's the whole point right there. That's why. And then we have the fireplace right here next to it. I don't know what's going on with this pole right here in the middle of the floor because she's building the roofs and that'll move soon. But we're gonna have a beautiful little mantle here. And the roof, she's working on it. She's trying. She's really trying. Just, you know, one step at a time. It's all you, Krista. You're a one-man band here when it comes to construction. And that's just kind of the way it is in this party. Look, another party of aggressive animals. I'm gonna set these to harvest, but we're not gonna harvest those right now. We're going to come back to camp and we're gonna wait for the attack because we know it's coming. It is imminent. It will happen. We want to be ready. And we got a trading ship deal? Okay, trade ship offer. We could buy an electronic from them, which we do need to open up a couple different researches. What would it take to break even? I don't know. We'll go with this. We're not going to break even. The important thing is we're going to get that electronic. So that's a deal we're willing to make. What's that phrase? You have to spend money to make money. That's what we're doing right now. We are going to load up this trading pod, send out the resources we do have, but then we're gonna gain back from purchasing. We're taking like a loss here. We're spending our own money to purchase electronics to open up other research that we really, really want to help us advance and make their quality of life better, make their production just way more productive, all of those things. So, all right, everybody's in place, everybody's in position, and we're gonna speed it up because they're really taking their time making their way over. Everybody's like coming and attacking from this side though, you notice that? And then I'm like having to aggro them to our traps on this side. That's why we're hugging the fence. Oh, but our cotton blossom's ready. We can start, once we harvest this, we can start making clothing. That's gonna be awfully nice. People need pants. We need the sisterhood of the traveling pants. That's what we need. Somebody to lend us some pants. So we have more dogs going on the attack. Hopefully there's enough of them to do enough damage. All right, I think that's enough of the little guys. So let's come in and take care of the big guys. 2 animals attacking. What are they? Oh, this one's stunned. It's not dead yet. A lot of healing going on. As soon as I undrafted them, everybody got like the little Red Cross looking thing. So she's healing a dog, also healing a dog. Doesn't look like our humans took any damage, but our dogs did. So we're gonna do the rounds healing them, which is great. And then when we're done doing that, I would like her to harvest the cloth blossom field so that we can start making some pants. Because that's our new priority. In fact, why is trouser not at the top of the queue? That's what we want at the top of the queue. So it should be trouser, sneaker first, I think, because we do jackets still, then shirt, then hat, then beanie. All right, let's butcher these baddies so that we have ourselves food for the dogs. It's just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, revolving door. Chop chop, feed the dog, chop chop. But this I'm excited about, like genuinely excited that we have ourselves some cloth blossom here that is ready for harvest, because with that we can finally craft ourselves some clothing and give these ladies back their dignity. And Paulette, let's see if she can get started on that. Let's start sewing some trousers. And we're gonna go back to 3-speed and hope that everybody stays successfully engaged. Paulette, after she's done eating, is gonna resume loading the trading pod. I think we have everything set up so that we can survive another day. So we're gonna play this on 3-speed and see if they can manage. And there it goes. We're about to get our electronic, which should open up a lot of new options for us when it comes to our research queue. Fingers crossed. I would really like it if it did. Like we could research like solar panels or wind turbines, refrigeration, all of that beautiful stuff. That's the stuff we need. And we need her to be the one to do that for us because I'm impatient. And so I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, it works. So look, I'm gonna like unqueue this stuff and I'm gonna start queuing up these, this, and then refrigeration. And then, oh man, we have so many other options. Hold on. We want our stuff to stop wasting away, to stop rotting. So we're gonna need refrigeration sooner than later. So let's try that. It's like a daily thing. You gotta like pause and interfere to make sure the dogs are getting fed. Man, what might be useful though, something to attract hostile animals to our trap. It might be nice because then we could keep these guys fed. The only issue here with this is I don't have electronics to power it. Maybe I need one of these. And then if we build that, maybe then we could try the aggro thingy. I don't know. I've never actually used that before, so that'd be kind of fun to use that in this playthrough. So once we build that, I think maybe this will be close enough. If it's not, we'll move it, but we'll see. Oh, we have no fire pit here to keep them warm. Okay, well we need to move this stuff inside now because we do have a fire pit inside. So let's make some moves here. We're gonna rotate this. We're gonna stick it here. And I'm gonna have her bring it in. And then I'm gonna have her refuel this. And we're also gonna make this our hot tea queue. Because we could be selling those if we were making them. Once we get refrigeration, we can stick it here. That would be amazing. In fact, it would be so amazing. I'm gonna like unqueue those for a second. And then get refrigeration first. And then worry about energy storage and heat pumping. We really need somewhere to store this stuff inside so they're not constantly doing the back and forth shuffle. But I mean, look at how close our little, like, our beautiful, not little at all, like our beautiful resort like looking cabin is over here. It looks beautiful. It's coming along so nicely. She's got hypothermia and she's inside. I don't know at this point what else to do. How about, where is she observing? What is she observing? Shiny metal rock? Well, at least it's 54 out now, so the hypothermia sign has gone away. I'll take it. Small victories. Remember, like little wins, the little W's, small victories. Gotta appreciate and celebrate those. We are so low on food resources, I didn't even realize that we were out. We're gonna have some starving human beings here pretty soon, so it's really good that she's harvesting grain cob right now. I really need her to stay on this. Stay over here on this mission. Harvest these. And then we're gonna have somebody else haul this stuff. Okay, so I guess that just set Vanessa free to go back to where she was, because Katina's gonna do all of this hauling. Which is great, because she's already out here anyway. There's no point in running another person out here to do that. But that should give them something to eat, because they're all basically on the verge of starvation. Okay, cool, yeah. Alright. We caught it just in time, I think, which is great for us. These guys are still so cold though. I think it's time to start moving this stuff inside, even if we're not done building their rooms. This just needs to happen. Especially if they're constantly freezing at night, like this hypothermia is a problem, you know? And we have a fireplace in here. So we're gonna try and make this work for us. Okay, so they're at 30, 29, okay. I think we might make it at least another half a day, if not a whole day. And we're getting hit with toxic ash. This is why it's so important to build an interior space and then to get them in here as fast as we can to start using it. So we're gonna move this in here and have her start crafting inside. And we're gonna move this as well. Indoors. I told you guys we were like almost there. So we're gonna make this happen. We're bringing it in. It's time to start migrating inside, which is good. This is what we want. This is our goal for today, is to move it indoors. I think I'm gonna put, I know that normally it makes more sense to put the dining room either in here or like closest to there and not the workspaces, but honestly, I know I need them to stay warm when they're working. I want the working spaces to be as close to the fireplace as possible, which means I'm gonna just have to make this the dining room and be okay with that. Somebody is sweating and in moderate pain, and I don't really know why. Oh, wait, I do. Toxic ash storm. That's why. That's the why. But we're bringing it inside. We're trying to make it so that they don't have to be out here exposed to the harsh conditions and the harsh elements that the dogs seem to not mind one bit somehow. I wasn't anticipating this before we even got the house up all the way. We're going to have to deal with this, and this is going to suck. These are the aggressive flying animals, so these guys can do so much damage, and the fences do nothing to keep them out. So just a word to the wise, the fences are no good here. This being wallless might help in the long run because we can shoot from out under this roof, but there's no roof there yet. So I think our defensive stance is going to have to come from here. And to give myself more space to do that, I'm going to move this here. We'll just move it here, and I'll have her do the moving. And I really need people to get closer. We're going to get attacked soon. But I also need food for the dogs, so we're in a really precarious predicament right now. She's still pretty dang far away, trying to find her way back here to sleep. Paulette's out here hunting, which needs to be done. Vanessa and Krista, she's moving the safe. Vanessa's bringing in resources. She's doing that handling and delivering that we were talking about at the beginning of the video. I need to make sure when she decides to pick up and haul something that it's not the hides. We need her to pick up and haul the meats, which actually I might be able to get her to do if I click on this first. There we go. Vanessa is starving, 2 dogs are starving, and Krista has hypothermia. We're doing great, guys. We're doing so good right now. Paulette is going to feed these dogs. That is literally the task that she is on right now. So at least that is happening. We're at least getting there with that. What I can do is have Katina wake up and harvest this crop over here so that we can start cooking. So I need her to do this now. Sorry, that's as much rest as you're getting out of this because we really need to start feeding people. Like, Vanessa could literally just kill over. So could Paulette. They're both like in a lot of danger. So we need that to happen like immediately. I need Katina to make this happen. I need her to harvest that, and I need her to then cook like that's where we're at with this. That needs to happen, and then she immediately needs to make this. So 1, 2, cook veggie stew. 1, 2, cook veggie stew. And then we need Paulette and Vanessa to eat it. I even wonder if it'd be worth trying to have her harvest these so that we could keep, oops, not plant. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, you guys. I have 2 people who are about to starve. What I'm gonna do, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Campfire. Honestly, it just does not matter. I'm gonna stick this here. I'm gonna bring Krista. She's already drafted. I'm gonna have her haul her butt over here. And I'm going to have her prep this fireplace so that we can have Katina cooking while the others are fighting. And I need that to be happening now. So I need to draft her, bring her under the roof. Vanessa, I don't know where you are. I need to draft you and bring you under the roof. And Katina, I just really need Katina to make this. I need her to undraft and construct. Currently unavailable. Okay, well then, shoot. I don't know where she's going. Food binge? You know what I can do? Briefly, I can put these back on the menu for everybody. That might help. That might be my only, like, I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. They will get, like, food poisoning, most likely, and throw up, but at least they might not die, which would be better. Better if they didn't die. I don't know, honestly, what she plans on food binging right now. Krista is fleeing danger, but still having a food binge. Okay. I need her to heal herself. She's gonna undraft, and then I need her to... Paula, are you capable of healing yourself? Let's try that. I honestly don't know what she plans on food binging. Like, what does she think is in here that she can food binge? I don't understand. I really, really don't. She's also one of the people starving. Vanessa is not starving. She needs to harvest this and harvest that because we need food for them to eat, the ones that are starving, which is not her. Now Paulette's the one we're worried about starving. So all of these, butcher them. Katina, when you're done healing yourself, do that. Food binging, food binging. Okay, I don't know where she's finding this food to eat, but nobody's starving right now, that's good. I have no idea what she's binge eating. Like, I have no clue. But whatever it is, thank goodness, because I really thought she was gonna like starve to death while having a meltdown. I thought she was gonna definitely die before this meltdown ended. So at least she picked the right one, the right meltdown to have. She picked the food binging meltdown to have. We live to play another day, and I really honestly wasn't sure we were going to be able to do that. Despite this being difficult with the flying insects and the lack of food and the lack of food for the dogs and just nothing to cook with and nothing to hunt for like what is in game basically miles, we are still here. Everybody's still here. I mean, 2 of the dogs are not still here, but everybody else is still here. And I consider that a rather successful run, just surviving the challenges that we were put up against, and on top of that actually making some money while we were at it, because we did in fact make some money. We even had the opportunity to spend some money for our more beneficial gain as well. So all of that said, this is where I'm gonna stop this game for today, and next round I'm really thinking we're gonna have our electric get up, we're gonna have some actual amenities, and be able to dive into some of those new perks, some of those new resources like the drones and the service bots and all of that. So like that is the plan for the next video. So stick around. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe so you can catch that video. And if you liked this video, please remember to hit thumbs up, and I will see you down in the comments and next time on the next video. That's everything. Thank you, and I'll see you later.